Welcome to the Nitty Gritty, episode 127. We have more ladies in here. It's like ladies.
Yeah, we do.
in
Yeah,
here.
ladies
month.
It's like ladies podcast.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest. I think it's one dude out of every.
Let's not pretend there's anything
8.
else.
You're right. You're right.
Isn't it like Women in Business Month?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
It's exactly what
Wait,
it is.
it's a day, and you can't just turn it into a month.
I just
Okay,
did.
it was
But
International Women's Day. Wait, is
I
it
think it's
Business
technically-
Month?
I think
Month.
the month of March is technically
Women in
that.
We're white guys. We get nothing.
Yeah. You guys get Father's
We
Day?
get
That's
nothing.
it.
Yeah. And that's really only a half
We'll
day,
celebrate you
Yeah.
hard.
right? Because church takes up most of it.
That's true.
And no, welcome. We have
Thank you.
Robyn Warner for the second time.
What's up, everybody?
One of our top 10 episodes of all time,
All time.
What?
which is
It's
huge.
like- She was episode 23. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm saying there has been 100 people after me, and I'm still at top 10.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's what's
123, technically.
Get the numbers right.
Actually, it's
Numbers right.
104.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, yeah.
104
I didn't
after
minus
me.
the front.
Yeah.
Okay, look. I
Carry
graduated.
the
high
This is a
school.
great
Did I
start.
catch a
Yeah.
It's a
niner in
great
there?
start.
Yeah.
And with her,
Is my beautiful business partner,
Caybree Johnson.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank
her
you.
first
For the
time.
For the first
Welcome.
time. Thank you.
First
I'm
time.
so happy to be here.
Caybree's dream was actually to be on the Nitty Gritty podcast.
I told
She
her.
literally told
feel
me
so
this
bad for
like
you.
6
Shut
months
up.
ago.
No.
She said
You're joking.
all I
I'm
want
not-
to do, dead serious, is be on the Nitty Gritty podcast.
And it's happened. I've
Yeah.
Wow.
manifested it, and here we are.
Have you even listened to us before?
Yes,
Did you even
of
know what
course.
we do?
Yes. I really just was like, Rob, what one can we be on? Do you want to ask your friends Nitty Gritty?
Yeah.
But
Said that.
not
Wow.
that.
I know.
But anyway, and then she
We're
texted
cool.
me, and she's like,
I
we
said,
can
your
be on
dream's
it.
about to
And I
happen.
said, no,
you want to be on the
I'm going to
Nitty
make your
Gritty.
dreams
so
come
fun.
true.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So you guys are
Well,
the real
welcome.
deal.
Well, this is exciting. Such fun energy. We've been chatting for like 35 minutes,
I know.
which we do pretty much all the time, but this one was longer.
We should.
We covered everything from COVID to
We
hot
should have
dental
like a
assistance,
paywall where they can watch
Boob
what
jobs.
happens before.
boob job.
Yep.
Yeah, like a live stream
Yeah.
of the
We
B-roll.
really should,
That's not a
actually.
good idea.
We would for sure.
If people
not
paid
make it.
enough, maybe.
Yeah.
Because the restaurant would probably close. My
It'd be like
business
a
would close.
it'd be like a red band trailer on
Yeah.
YouTube. Like, are you 18?
Can you watch this?
Confirm your age.
Yeah.
And then you can watch it.
Yeah.
Because Andrew is really edgy.
I get out of control.
It's wild.
So, all right. So, what do we want to talk about?
Well, let's
We have
learn.
all sorts
I
of
want to learn
stuff.
a little about you, Caybree. Like,
Sure.
I want to because we already know all about Robyn and where she
No,
came
I
from.
know.
It's boring. Go listen to episode 23 if
Yeah,
you want to
that's
care
right.
about Robyn.
Yes, I
But
mean,
you guys are like childhood friends, aren't you?
We met when we were
8
8 years old, and we've been best friends ever since.
and we're
Really?
32, 33. Does that happen a lot? I don't feel.
You
like
know,
it happens
my
a lot.
best friend I met in 7th grade, and we still, we go everywhere together.
Yeah.
But that's not 8 years old. That's different.
We do everything together, and we only got in one fight when she didn't make me a bridesmaid at her wedding.
Oh, what the hell?
Hold on. Whoa!
Are you
Whoa,
serious?
like,
Still in there.
like the crowning moment
Oh
of
my gosh.
friendship
Shouldn't she be
But have
best
we
since
not
or
8 years old.
maid of honor?
And she
I
doesn't
know, right?
even make it.
Have we not learned in this world right now? There's two sides to every story.
Yeah.
So there
the
is-
right,
It better be a pretty
yeah,
damn
the
good
right
story.
side and the wrong side.
Oh, this is a great way to kick this off.
I mean, we can.
Explain yourself, Caybree.
Yeah, explain, Caybree.
I will
wanna
do.
know.
I will do the
Yeah.
gist of it. But she did get married. She was our first one of our friends to get married.
Right.
She literally told me and our other good friend, best friend Nicole, I'm married now, so this is my best friend, and we're friends, and we're moving to Cedar.
Oh, Robyn.
Hold on.
No, what happened was
Hold
I
on.
got married and moved
Hold
away,
on.
and she's like, "You have a husband now?"
Did you invite
I'm
her?
not number.
Did you
No,
invite
no.
her to be at your wedding?
Well,
She did, but I wasn't a bridesmaid. See?
well, that's because I have 14 sister-in-laws, and I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, I want my best friends." My mom's like, "You have to choose your sister-in-laws."
No, you don't.
I know.
See, I'm sorry.
I know.
Now you're back to even.
I know.
I'm
Yeah,
not mad at
see?
Caybree anymore.
Thank you.
We're
So,
even.
but then
The
did
story
she
just
come to my
not as
wedding?
good.
She didn't even come to my wedding.
What?
So, it's true.
Because she was mad?
No, she was sick.
Oh.
Her parents did.
Influenza. I was like deathly ill.
She had the COVID before the
Yeah.
COVID.
But there was a
Real.
part of me that's like, F you, I'm not a bridesmaid. I'm not
Oh,
even coming.
that is so funny.
I know.
We're
but
gonna
we
edit that
recovered.
part out, and we're just gonna leave it with you didn't get invited to the
That's
wedding.
right. I didn't get invited. But we worked through
I
it,
can
and here
take
we
it
are
as the
now.
villain. I'm okay.
Here we are now.
Even
So
though
that
it's
was
my
like
first time on here.
That was like a real fight.
That was a real.
How long did that one last?
It didn't last long, but I still have resentment.
Yeah, obviously. It's still there. There's still
It's
some
like we
trauma.
still-
Working
Tell
through
everyone
it in
that.
therapy. Yeah.
I'm gonna say, if you guys don't fight, my best friend and I fight all the time, but it's like brother fighting.
We actually
It's like
don't
over
do
in
that
10
often,
minutes.
ever.
Yes. And being business partners, we can talk about that later, but
We've had disagreements in the
Yeah,
business, but we
yeah.
don't fight.
Do you ever call each other the B word?
Never.
no.
Good.
we ever
Don't
have.
start.
Yeah, don't
That's
start.
bad. But only girls can call each other that.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't do it, men. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like asking, are you on your period?
Oh,
That's bad.
that's a bad
Don't ask that.
Yes.
I tried I tried different words. It still doesn't
Shark
work.
Week.
Now I just leave, like I said last week, now I just leave the drawer open with the mixers in it.
Yep.
Smart. And a little bit of
See?
chocolate. Don't forget the chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put like Dove chocolate,
Yeah,
like leading to it, like Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel,
Next
yeah.
step is just have it mixed in a cup.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
really good.
We're up
Some
in it. We're
Xanax.
up in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
some Xanax.
Just
All right,
kidding.
back to Caybree.
Okay, Caybree, back to you.
fine.
So we got through the fight.
Got
Yep.
through the fight. We're
We're still
here.
best friends.
Gosh, born and raised in Utah. Haven't left. Seriously, the 5 miles I've moved past my house, we're back to like my hometown, Linden.
Right?
I've been married 12 years, have 3 kids. And yes, I bought my first business at 24 years old.
You bought your first business?
Yes, at my dental assisting school.
Okay.
And have now, so that was the first one. And now.
Hey, hold on. I want to stop on that.
Yeah.
You bought your first business.
Yes.
How? Why?
Okay, let's talk about how actually. Okay.
It's not
Utah,
easy.
It's not easy. Utah style, married at 20, first kid at 22, second kid at 24, bought our very like first house in Pleasant Grove, had no equity in it. Like, how do you get a loan for a business? But like my parents were the best parents in the whole world, and they put their house up for collateral for this business loan.
Wow.
And I like still remember like tearing up, like signing the papers because I'm like, oh my gosh, they have that much faith in a 24-year-old
Right.
to put up their own house.
There's a 24-year-old woman.
Oh.
So that's like a 32-year-old man.
Right.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's
Right?
true. Right.
You guys are a little ahead of the game.
So had you been in the dentistry business?
Yes. So I actually went to the school that I bought. So I went at 18 years old.
It's a baller move.
That's like a mic drop. Like, I'm going to go here and I'm going to buy
I'll
you.
be back in 3 years, bitch. I'm going to buy you, so be nice.
Right. Yeah. So I went to a trade school at 18.
Okay.
Also, like, love college, love all the things, but I just did a trade school. That's all I did.
You do not have to explain yourself.
Yeah.
That's a
Thank you.
smarter
It
move
is
for
smart.
95%
Yes.
of people that go to college.
I agree. I agree to that.
Yeah.
It was a 12-week course and worked for my dentist ever since. Then I started teaching at that school and then became co-director within like 6 months. And then she was great, the previous owner, but you could tell she just didn't love it anymore and wasn't there. I was just like, hey, we're good, checking in. And then I was like, are you interested in this still? Could I buy it from you? And she's
Jeez,
like,
I
yeah.
want one of my employees to do that.
Where did that come from? Like, parents, entrepreneur?
So-
Like, what was your husband doing? Like, was he like, you're insane?
You're a hustler. I can tell.
Yeah, I
you got
love
energy.
business,
Like
yes.
yeah.
So my grandpa was like a business owner his whole life.
Okay.
And I feel like he was like very like, don't work for anyone but yourself, just like kind of that whole lifestyle. My parents didn't own a business, but they were hard workers.
Right.
But I think I just got that kind of from him, seeing his life, and he was killing it, right? And
I
so,
just don't know many 24-year-olds that are like, I'm going to buy this company that I work for.
right.
Right.
Yeah, it was a big, and so I called my husband and I was like, so she said I could buy it, and he's like, let's do this. And he was 100% on board.
I
He'd
was gonna
never.
say, I know you didn't ask for permission.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Sure,
I just
bought it.
yes.
You're like, hey, just signed a loan.
Yeah.
Bought a
Isn't that what
business.
you did?
Uh-huh.
Did you'd like sign the lease.
Two
and
Yeah, I
things in
signed the
pot
5-year
right here.
lease before. And that's actually, when we get to talking about our story of our next business,
You're gonna
we didn't
die.
tell our husbands before we already started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was great.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, got the loan. It was a grueling process, whatever, because 24 years old.
24, yeah.
We have, a small income, no collateral, but my parents helped us, got it. I had a 10-year loan. I paid it off in 2 years, so I didn't feel bad for my parents of like, I have your house under that for 10 years.
Right.
Paid it off, debt-free ever since. And then I've opened 2 more since. So I have Linden, South Jordan, and Cedar City. We're now going to be doing one in St. George and Logan, so we're in the process of opening up those.
I cater. Anyways, go ahead.
Would you? That's great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I specialize in grand openings.
Heck yeah.
I need that. I need that. Thank you. But yeah, just have done that ever since. I used to work in it a lot, like teaching and all the things. Now I have all the employees to do it. So I just run it from home and do that. Be mom, boss, all the things. Yeah, it's great.
Wow. What a great story.
Thank you. Yeah.
That is
It seems
She tells it so like
we went by. It's so fast. I feel like I'm missing something. Like the story was so fast.
She's just a baller.
So does your husband still work?
He does.
Does he work for you?
He wants. He's like, can I just quit? Like, could we just? And
That is
honestly,
a theme on this podcast.
Right.
A lot of women in here.
I
their
think if
husbands
he
not
would
work
have
for them.
quit, I could have made the schools grow faster, right? I would have more time.
Oh, so you have faith in your husband? Interesting.
I do have faith. He can still work. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, we've gone back and forth about that for so
Right.
long. Anyway, and we're to the
Oh,
point
I
where
feel
almost
like
my
what?
kids.
Hold on. There's a story there. I could see it in your face.
It's hard.
What did you just skip over?
It's hard because you do like those risks. Like we've been taking risks
For
this
sure.
whole time. And then you're like, oh, your security of like, not that, but he gets like the benefits. He gets retirement. He gets like all that stuff.
Oh, I see.
So it's like, I don't know. That's where we're holding on. It's
Is
just the
any part of it you just don't want to have to do because he's probably not going to respect you as the boss, right? Like he can
and
talk
that's
back
the
to you,
other thing.
right?
I think
That would be
I
hard.
would say anything. I love him so much, but being together working, I don't know if we could.
My wife and I could never work.
I don't know if we could work together.
Caybree
And that's my
is
biggest.
100% the boss. in
Yeah,
the family.
well, I couldn't tell that
So
at all.
I just,
It
yeah.
doesn't take long to realize.
Yeah.
So I say that, but that's my biggest thing. I'm like, I
For
love you,
sure.
honey, but you being home and then like, if we're trying to work together, would we? I don't know. And so he's good at what he does, and I'm good at what I do.
You are
and
very good at this.
She's
You have
like
practiced.
I was gonna say
She should be a politician.
Yeah,
she knows her husband's gonna listen to this.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, and I think that's how. I don't think I would say the majority of married couples probably should not work together.
Right. And
Right?
there's a few that do and they kill it.
For sure.
But we're not that.
Well,
Yep.
it kind of depends. Like, I don't think I could do, like, it's not a pride thing. I just,
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think,
Definitely
I
not
think
a
it'd be
pride
really
thing.
hard to respect the chain of command.
Right.
You know
It
what I
would,
mean?
for sure.
Not because she's a woman or anything. It's just, it's your wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's like, don't boss me around.
Yeah, but if she was like dominating,
Well, yeah, there is a certain, I do have a price. You're right.
yeah, like
I do have a price. Absolutely right.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it would be hard. And if it's not necessary,
And that's what I said. I'm like, if you're home, you're helping with the house, you're helping, like, you're doing all the stuff that I do on top of working and being a mom. And I don't know if he would love
there's
that.
some
You
more.
know?
We just found some more.
Yeah, she just dug a little
Oh,
deeper.
man. You were just giving
She
us
says
all
if you're
these.
home, you're the mom.
That's right.
And I think he would be okay. Like he says, he's like, I could handle that. I'm like, I know you could, but
But
for
you
a few
won't.
weeks,
She
right?
doesn't believe you.
Yeah.
She doesn't believe you.
So he
So it
kills
sounds
it
like
at his
there's a
job.
task
Yes.
differential at the house.
Well,
Let's talk about that.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. No, we don't have
like,
to.
okay, here we go.
Oh, okay, here we go.
No, he kills it at his job, and he's super good
What
at
does he
it.
do?
And
Do
he
you mind
loves
just
it.
asking?
No, yeah, he works at Prolix Sports, so they do like all the jerseys.
Oh,
The pro
duh.
look.
Yeah, he's at
Yeah,
Prolix.
those guys are awesome.
He
They
loves
come in
it.
here and eat all the time.
Oh yeah, so and he loves it, and he's good at it, and
Yeah, they're
and-
great.
Yeah, and so that's the other thing. If he hated his job, he would have been gone long
Right.
ago. But he loves it, and so that was the other toss up. It's like he has a good career that he enjoys, and it's a good company. It's a great place.
For
and
sure.
So that's where another hang up. It's like he loves it, so why quit?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. Just stay.
Right.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
We're both happy with what we're doing.
Then
so
you're
we're
like,
good.
you go home, you're not, you're
Right.
just equal. Oh, that. Some make it work and some do really well with
Yes.
it. Like, I always think of Todd and Susie. Susie and Todd. She has to go first.
Yeah, I'm like, Susie comes first.
Yeah.
Susie
yeah.
and Todd.
But
Yeah.
he's like her biggest fan and he just he loves watching her work. It just,
So
for them,
cool.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But for others, I think it would just be headbutting the whole time.
Right, right.
You guys work together, right, Robyn? You and your husband?
No.
No, not at all?
They're
No.
The
separate.
trucking
Definitely
company,
not.
remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
truck.
Johnny-
You're not going to boss around a trucker.
No, I could.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Wow.
we do our own thing.
So,
So
how
it-
many students do you have in your schools?
So our max is 10. So we just keep it small because we're in actual dental office. So we
Okay.
rent from the dental office so they get to learn and do all the hands-on stuff there. And so we like to keep it small, but I have classes running like every 6 because it's 12 weeks
Yeah.
and we have them. We start a Saturday and then 6 weeks later we start a night. And then so every 6 weeks we have new students coming in.
Okay.
And yeah, Cedar just started in January. They're killing it. There's literally one school down south. And so, and there's how many in Utah County? But yeah, so we have just, I don't know how many, 100 a year of students. Yeah, per location.
Okay, so we touched on this before the show. And I want to dive in now. It seems like the right time.
It's a perfect time.
I don't want to get in trouble. But how come dental assistants are always attractive women?
You know,
Like,
it is
you
a
agreed
true
with me,
thing.
right?
It's a very
True.
true thing. I think it's all about looks of like when you're walking in and you're like, oh, they have pretty teeth. They are well put together. They have this presence about them. And also the dentist works with them every day. Not that it has to be, but like
Just say it. The dentist is hiring the hot dental assistants.
it's hard that it's like a stereotype of that way. And there's been so many people that like.
If it's true, though, is it a stereotype?
No.
It's
Right.
It's called truth.
It's truth.
It's true.
It's
right.
science.
It is
Yes,
true. One
it is
time,
true.
because I was a dental assistant for years, and
Right.
Caybree and I own a dental company now, which we'll talk about. But I had a job interview, and I was living in Cedar City at the time, and so I came up and I was like fresh out of the car for 4 hours, like not looking good, and I didn't get the job.
Twinkie wrapper in your pocket.
Literally,
Chocolate on her face.
it's like I didn't look as put together as I could have. Didn't get the job. And then they opened up the job again like 6 months later, and I came back in and I looked so nice, and they were like, were you here before? Like they couldn't even recognize me.
Shut
And I'm like,
up.
and I got the job instantly. And then we laughed about that after I told the orthodontist, I was like, you absolutely didn't hire me because I was ugly. Like,
You said that?
yeah, 100%.
Of course
like,
you did.
And he kind of like joked around. I'm like,
Robyn.
no, I know that because like I was the most qualified at the time. Like all this, I'm like, you literally didn't hire me because I didn't look the part. And he's like, yeah, you're right.
He admitted it?
Yeah,
What's the theory?
yeah.
I don't know what the theory is. From my standpoint, I just think they like people when you walk in. It's like they're cute, well put together girls.
Or is it?
I
The
think
dentists have
know.
the highest suicide rate.
that's true.
And if
Which
you
I don't
surround
know why
yourself
that
with
is.
attractive
Well, you want to know
ladies-
why? I'll tell you why. They go to dental school. Well, they do 4 years. They go to 4 years dental prerequisites,
point.
4 years after for dental, even an extra. You could go from 2 to 6 years for specialties, right?
Yeah.
You buy your practice. That's like you're in debt $400,000 just for school.
Sure.
You buy your practice another $1 million. You're in like more debt than any other profession starting out, right? Like so, I think they're so stressed to like make ends meet. Doctors, they go into a hospital. They don't need to open their own practice, right? Most of them don't.
That's true.
I think also my brother's a dentist.
Yeah.
I think also there is another element because like my brother paid off his debt like within the first year, but it's so freaking boring. Like you just
yeah.
stare in someone's mouth every day. You can't talk to them. It's not interactive.
They try to talk
It's
to you.
tedious. Well, I
It's
know.
the most annoying thing
I know
in the
exactly.
whole world.
I think it's really unfulfilling, really. Like, cause my brother is a dentist, and he's only been a dentist for like 7-8 years now. But now he hates being a dentist so much. He hates being inside of the mouth that he has now bought in 9 practices, and he's just owning them. He doesn't even work as a dentist anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to do the business side of it because he didn't realize how much he hated being in people's mouths.
That's wild.
Oh, I would hate it.
Yeah.
And it would be really
Don't
depressing
do
to
the
go to all that school and all that. And you're like, oh, I don't
Yeah,
like
and that's
this.
what he said too. He like before he started buying practices and went the business route, he's like, I feel so strapped to this. Like I've gotten myself. He had $1 million of debt after.
Oh, sure.
He said he paid it off, but he's like, I have all this debt and this pressure. Like I can't do anything else now. I've just committed 9 years of my life to
Yeah.
this. But he hated it. So
Interesting.
thankfully, he found a way
Some hot
to,
dental assistants.
Yeah, yeah. Now he's got like 30 of them. You know?
Correct.
Right, but I
Smart.
think it's just
Good move.
pretty unfulfilling.
There's very few
Smart.
things I'm scared of. The dentist is one of them.
I'm ter-
It would be hard.
I have so many bad experiences because
Oh.
I don't think that like the numbing shot doesn't ever work on me.
Oh,
So
I'm
I
kinda
have
the same way.
so many experiences where
Yeah.
I feel the whole thing happening.
Yeah.
And
you're like one of the small percentage that it like doesn't
well,
work.
and like when
that
I was
sucks.
young, our dentist was a family friend, and so he just gave me all the gas I could
Yeah,
handle.
see, that's the guy I go to.
But
now.
I
It's
never
like
got numb, so I was just like high as a kite. But I could
you
feel
feel it.
everything.
Ah.
And then on my mission, I had a feeling fall out, and I had to go to the dentist in El Salvador.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
don't ever.
So I think they gave me 8 shots trying to numb me.
Oh.
Never numbed me.
It's almost like you gotta just be put
I don't
to
know.
sleep.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they did. I came home. My dentist's like, "What is in your tooth?" and he
Oh,
showed me the
no.
X-ray, and it was just this glob
Monkey
of
bone.
like stuff they just like shoved
Shoved
into
in there.
my tooth
Oh my
to,
god.
to replace my filling.
Oh.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've been back
maybe
to the
you
dentist. That was like
should.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Oh,
But
we
it's
need to talk about that.
but it really has probably been.
A long time.
Yeah.
You
Longer
probably
than I
should get
need.
sedated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just you wake up and it's over. And there's oral
They do that?
sedation. Yes,
Oh,
and there's
yeah.
oral sedation. You don't even do IV. Oral sedation, you put it under your tongue, go to sleep, you wake up, it's done.
Yeah.
Why has no one ever given me that?
You should
I do
tell
that for
him.
church.
That's right.
It was way faster.
I had no idea that
I didn't
was
think
a
you
thing.
needed to do that. I think you could just automatically fall asleep. You're fine.
No, I just sit there like, what are they talking about the whole time?
Yep.
It's like, do the same 7 people have to bear their testimony every Fast Sunday?
Literally.
Hold on, I have to find more about this. Do all dentists offer this?
Mine did, but
Not every dentist.
a lot
Most
do
of
the
them do.
IV ones, which are expensive. But ours was $100.
My kids get sedated.
But you'll charge an IV, like that's expensive. It's like $450 plus an hour, $150 an hour, whatever. But this, like, just ask for oral sedation.
Yeah, my kids just went a couple weeks ago, and it's literally medicine, and they took it and they fell asleep.
Dang.
That's gonna change your life. We're gonna help you
Oh,
right
like
now.
go back to the dentist.
Yeah.
Because like,
probably a good
like
idea.
the sound of
So you
it,
don't
like
have
if
to do
I
a
hear
root
like that
canal.
sound,
Oh.
I can like feel like I can like feel it like in my
See
teeth. I'm
cold
like,
water.
Oh,
You need to go to bed. You need to go to and wake up.
oh
Yeah.
I do.
That
With,
sounds
with
way
good
So,
teeth.
can I tell you a funny story about that? My sister-in-law hates the dentist too. Sorry, sister-in-law, I love you, but I had to take her home because I worked on her, and then I was her ride home. And my brother came to home, but I guess she got some frosting and ate the whole tub of frosting and had no idea. She woke up and she was making cookies with her kids. She's like, "Where's the frosting?" And Clay's like, "You ate that all last night." She's like, "Why didn't you stop me?" And she was just going to town because she was still loopy, still out of it.
Sounds like me with Ambien.
Yeah.
Ambien will do that to you.
Ambien is crazy.
So our final thought is that it's because they're miserable and they just want hot assistance, or do they think it's more for advertising?
Both. I'd
Really?
Say 50-50.
They are the 3rd most likely profession to commit suicide. Almost twice the national average.
Great.
Financial is number 5, just so you know.
Just so you know, Andrew.
So keep it together, okay?
Yeah.
No,
And
you know
I
what
heard
number
that
1 is?
restaurant owner was number 1.
It's like negative number 1, or however you say that. It's like super high.
Yeah.
No, marine engineers
Really?
are the highest.
Wow.
And physicians, number 2.
That makes sense. What's a marine engineer?
I think they're the guys stuck in the bottom of the boats, like running the engines.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
that
that
would be
makes sense.
depressing.
Right? Like no sunlight,
Yeah.
Yeah.
down inside, just breathing in fumes. Vets,
Yeah.
number 4. Finance workers, number 5.
Ugh.
You guys want me to keep going? Chiropractors, 6.
This heavy topic right now.
Supervisors of heavy construction equipment, 7. Urban planners, 8.
Should we just say owning your business is number 1 best position? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Hand
forever.
molders are number 9.
Hand molder.
Yeah, like
What is that?
Like Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
No.
He's the hottest hand molder.
That is
ever.
not true.
No, it is.
He's
Look,
the
there's a
hottest.
guy doing pottery in the
Stop.
picture.
But why would that be? Why?
I don't know, man.
Don't you bring joy of?
Play is depressing, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Patrick Swayze was dead in the movie.
That's true. He was a ghost.
So,
Now we're finally realizing they're bringing awareness.
yeah.
Okay.
Real estate, next.
I'm gonna make sure my kids don't
Lawyers.
go into hand pottery.
So when you bought your first school, did you envision that you were going to make it bigger?
I think I just was like, okay, keep this afloat, keep this afloat, keep this afloat. And then actually a dentist approached me.
Did you ever be like, I should have never done this?
Never. I love it.
Really?
I love it. I think there's times where it's like you own a business, you never stop working, right? So there are days where it is so stressful and I would love just to turn it off. And there is times where I'm like, honey, I quit. It's all on you now, you know? But I would never not own a business. Business I love.
Sure.
And so are there hard days? Absolutely. Are there days where I'm like, this is too much sometimes, but it's also the reward outweighs that every time. So 24, I didn't realize, but then 3 years later is when I opened South Jordan and and it kind of
Did you buy another one or did you open that at that time?
opened it. So
Okay.
it's my same school, but just in a second location.
Got it.
And then same for Cedar, same
Okay.
school, everything, just a third location.
Okay.
And so it was just kind of, I don't need to own building. It's kind of low overhead, which is awesome to kind of get things moving fast. And I just rent from them and get my teachers trained and here you go, type thing. So it's cool.
Well, that makes more sense now to see the business that you guys have done together then, because both dental
Yes.
backgrounds.
Yes.
Right.
So let's talk about that. Where did that come from? Because you said that was kind of a funny story.
It is
It's a
funny
good one.
story. So,
So they healed their relationship.
well, that was
First
only
of
like
all.
a 2-day tiff back in 2009. So Caybree and I,
You're
like
still
you
carrying
said,
it with her, though.
yeah.
Sounds like you needed
Little
like 4 or 5
resentment.
days.
Yeah. So we're both entrepreneurs, right? So I owned a dance studio for like a decade of my life and then sold that. And then I've started other little small businesses since. But Caybree and I have always just like mentioned like, hey, we should like start a business together because we're both successful entrepreneurs. We love women in business. You know, we have similar values. And we're best friends. We literally talk every single day. So one day we were at lunch. It wasn't like, let's meet for lunch and discuss something. We were just at lunch, Pizza Factory here in Pleasant Grove. And Caybree's like, I got my teeth whitened the other day and it was so ghetto. She's like, I was in this this lady's basement and it was like the decorations were horrible. And she's like,
I did it in someone's basement too.
yeah.
Teeth whitening and tattoos.
Right. Yeah. And she's like, I really loved like my results. She's like, but she did it like horrible. She's like, dude, we should like start our own dental whitening company. And like, that's all it was. And by the time we left lunch, we had filed our trademark. We had designed the logo.
Hold on, what?
Dead serious.
LLC. Yes.
No. I had filed the trademark.
Oh.
We had chosen the name. So this is a 1 hour lunch.
Maybe 2. Yeah.
Maybe 2. And I'm like, we should do this. We should do this. So we like start throwing out names and we start going and we're like, let's go. Done. I pull out my Canva app, make the logo. Done. We start Google searching like what equipment do we need? Bought it. Done. Before we even leave. We haven't told our husbands. We're like, we're gonna do this. This is gonna be huge. Like this is gonna be awesome.
Was there any hesitation that like business friendship wouldn't mix well for you two? I mean, weddings obviously didn't work for you guys.
We didn't. We weren't worried about it. And we can talk in a little bit too after this, but like how we've like navigated the business and friendship because you do. But yeah.
So we get home. We literally were like, we're doing this. Like, we're so stoked. We had everything ready. I get home and I tell Johnny, like, hey, I'm starting a business with Caybree.
I don't even think we said till like 2 days later.
No, we didn't. Yeah. Like 2 days later, when things started showing up at my house, he's like,
rented a basement.
No, he's like, what's all this stuff? And I was like, me and Caybree are going to start a business. And he's like, what is it? I'm like, it's called Let's Glow. It's teeth whitening. And you have to understand, I've done this 1,000 times to Johnny because I have 4 other businesses of my own. He's like, wow, okay, cool. Like, you guys are going to kill it. Like, and we've killed it. Like, so it started in my basement, and then we originally had the plan that everything would be mobile. So we bought a $30,000 trailer and pimped it out. It's actually really sweet.
Let's go back a little bit. So that was on a Friday. That next Friday, we had a full schedule of clients.
Within 7 days, we had my basement running in full operation. We were debt-free in 7 days.
Oh, yeah. And
I was one of your first customers, wasn't I?
Well, like first 100. Yeah.
I was number 23.
Yeah. Within like, what was it? Like, we had whitened 1,000 people's teeth within 3 months.
Oh, probably.
It
was close.
Wild. And we weren't planning on doing it in my basement. The whole point was to do it in a trailer, but we couldn't get it done fast enough. Like I announced it on my social media and people just started doing it. And so then eventually moved out of my basement. Now we have 2 locations, one in Orem, one in South Jordan, and we have our mobile trailer. Mm-hmm. And now we really were like, we really believe in this. We're like, we want this to be global. It's an amazing business plan.
Global?
National. Yeah.
National. Yeah. Well,
maybe we'll go.
Teeth whitening is a like $15 billion industry. Everyone has a smile. It's a repeat thing. It's not gender specific. Everyone wants their teeth whitened and you come back multiple times. Like it is something that everyone.
What makes it different? Like what makes
ours different than someone else's?
Teeth whitening? Like what's led to your success in this area?
Yeah.
There's actually been a lot of things. Well, the first thing is that we're dental assistants. Like we've been to other places that whitened our teeth. And when we first started, we went to this place and we're like, so like, are you a dental assistant? And she's like, oh, no. And we're like, do you know anything about like dental anatomy or like the dentin? And no. We're like, the owner, tell us about the owner. She must be a dentist or like a dental assistant. Oh, no. Like you're whitening teeth. You literally need to know what you're doing. And like, there are so many people who've started up little whitening companies who could wreck your enamel, who could burn your gums. Like you
like
really
the eyelash people.
Yeah. Like you do need to know.
Like I do lashes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You.
So
I don't.
What makes us different?
Just don't call me.
Don't call you. What makes us different is we have experience in the dental field.
Yeah.
Right.
Number one. Yeah.
Number one. Second thing that makes us different is we're both entrepreneurs. And so like this isn't something that just was going to stay in our basement. Like this was something that we're going to have 20 locations by the end of this year. Yeah. Like we're entrepreneurs, we're go-getters, we're hustlers. Third thing, we're really fun. Like,
well, I was just gonna say for you, like you hate the dentist, right? And so we wanted to go completely away from that and be like, this isn't. I know it's technically a dental procedure, but you're coming to like this neon lights, Let's Glow.
We branded it completely
chairs.
More like a beauty treatment than a dental treatment. Yeah. The other people that we're competing against, it's like sterile white. They're wearing scrubs. You're at the dentist. I'm like, nobody likes the freaking dentist. Like, we want you to come in and feel like it's a party. It's neon. Like, we don't wear scrubs. No one wants you in their mouth. Yeah. So it's more of like, we branded it more like, hey, you're getting your eyelashes done, your nails done, get your teeth whitened. Like, nothing. We don't want to ever be attached to like a dental procedure.
Are you going to invent better things to open up your lips? Because those are the most awkward things in the whole entire
and
world.
That's a great idea.
We actually have lots of goals. We're trying to come up with our own whitening gel. We're white labeling a couple other things to sell on Amazon. That's like a sister business. Like, it's growing fast. And our goal this year was to open up 20 locations.
I have found a theme between your two businesses.
Oh, what?
Well, your business is called Practical Dental Assisting.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
PDA.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And you specialize in the glow job
That's right.
at your teeth whitening place.
You're the first to do PDA blow jobs.
PDA
We
glow
like
job.
the PDA.
There's a lot of innuendo going on.
Yeah.
in
And
your
you know
companies.
what? Glow job has been our best wordplay. Everyone remembers for us.
Ever.
We had a big billboard on I-15 that
I got
said
that
glow
best glow
job.
job today.
No, it said glow jobs coming to Orem. And we
And
have that
it was
thing-
cheaper than normal.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It was too good to be true, right?
Yeah. So we call them our whitening service is called a glow job. And sometimes we'll call it glowies, like just but that's what
I
it's
got
called.
a glow job in a basement today.
Uh-huh. That's right.
That's
You won't forget
everyone's
it.
favorite thing.
You do not forget your first glow job. Let's just say that.
my gosh.
Really, our best for sure.
Yeah. It's good. So we've been really working hard on that. Like, we both have other businesses, but I think Let's Glow's taken a front seat. We took on a third partner, and he specialized.
A he?
Uh-huh. Which actually was a
Look
really
at
good
this
dynamic
makes me happy.
because
We let
me and
Yeah.
Caybree are both female. We're both very strong opinionated, and we have history of friends. And so there have been times where we're like knocking heads. We're like, my way, your way. So it's been nice to have like this third middle man who's just like, let's try it a different way. Or, anyways, he came from, like, he helped Jimmy John's franchise and Crumble franchise. So he really helped us take off from going from more like a small business to like national.
To
like
be
we're
franchised.
we're cruising.
He
fast.
knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he knows what
helped
he's
with those
doing.
two companies.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
He
You
does.
guys like franchising the other locations, or are you owning all?
we're
of them?
owning every single one.
We've gone back and forth
we
for
went,
so long.
we met with a franchise lawyer multiple
For now.
times. For now,
That's what Jimmy John's did.
it
Jimmy
could,
John's
yeah.
was like 40 stores for like 30 years.
right,
Right.
and
then
that's
it's
kind
like,
of
okay, now you can go. And it was just like overnight, like
Yeah.
300 more stores.
right, and
Yeah.
that's kind of our plan. Is for now we'll own or operate as many as we can handle, and our team is growing fast. And then we're open to franchising, but it didn't make sense to do it right out of the gate.
So you've got the 2 locations and a trailer right now, right?
Yeah.
And you're opening 20.
That's our goal,
goal.
for 20 more this year.
Watch us, man.
We're thinking Idaho, Utah, Arizona.
Yes, Arizona. There's Ohio.
Uh-huh.
How do you choose? Like, that seems super random. Ohio?
Yeah.
Well, there's a girl that also was like our first.
All right, I have so many funny jokes.
We're like, and Milwaukee. So
I'm holding it in.
Like, really though, Ohio. Well, we had a virtual assistant.
Just giving me a lot of material.
yeah, it's good, huh?
Keep it going. Keep it going.
One of our employees is from there.
She's from there, and she's like, there is zero whitening out here, like zero. And she's like, and there's lots of cities that are like that are more wealthy that could afford, that type of thing. So that was just the idea.
demographic.
But we've had, I don't know, over how many 800 people like come. Can I?
Oh,
open
we
my-"
get reached out every day.
Yes.
Like, will you come to our city? Can we franchise? Can we start one? Can we own or operate? Like, all
There's
the
none
time.
in our
We can't
city.
even
There's
keep up
nowhere.
with it.
Yeah, we've had
Are you
people
going to let
travel.
people buy in on corporate-owned stores?
Not right now.
Or are you just going to wait for a
Yeah.
franchising?
So,
Yeah.
like, what's the barrier of entry? Why aren't they just doing it? Just they're scared to do it themselves, and they just
The
want.
barrier of entry is
they want
don't
the
have knowledge.
security
in
to do it.
general. They don't know how.
Like,
the
where do you
system
start?
runs.
Right? Where do you
Yeah.
start? And we knew where to start because we've done it in the dental field.
Well, because we did it in the dental field, but we own businesses.
and
I was going to say,
So we
that's the
have
thing.
no
Like, the whole
problem
risk
taking
factor's
risks.
gone.
Yeah,
right?
like I think last time we talked, Cam, like, I'm for sure have adult ADHD because I have
Yes, you
zero
do.
risk barometer
Yep.
at all.
she's zero risk,
Right.
and I have more
Yes,
of like,
you do.
cool.
She does.
Let's think this through.
I'm like, Caybree, we can spend $100,000. It's not a big deal. She's like, let's think about it for a minute.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we're the good dynamic.
Hyper
good
organized
dynamic.
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Good pair.
I think why the barrier of entry was not there for us is because the two things we have experience in the dental field and we're super competent, but we both own very successful companies. So we have zero risk factor.
And you know that it doesn't take. You know that it doesn't take as much as people
Exactly.
think. Like, a lot of people look at it like, one day it would be so great. You guys go to lunch and you're like,
let's do it.
you know what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
And an hour later, like 20 grand is spent and dental equipment's coming in.
Yeah.
So let me ask one question. So the teeth whitening I've done, like I have retainers that I wear at night and I just get the little
at-home
like
stuff.
gel stuff from my dentist.
Yep.
So what's the difference between that and like a good glow job?
So yours is going to take.
I can't stop.
I know. Let's
can't,
tell you
like,
about our good glow
Come
job.
on. Like
Do you know why?
That's pretty brilliant.
Our
marketing
glow,
play.
our
I'm not
glow
gonna
jobs
lie.
will give you instant satisfaction. Satisfaction. Actually, that's true. That's
Satisfaction.
and that's where my
should
associate
hashtag
college
that.
degree comes out.
Yeah.
Satisfaction.
Wordplay.
But for real, it's just so hard for me not to say that.
No,
say
but
glow
for
job.
real,
But no,
our
what,
glow
what,
jobs, you'll be satisfied in one time
well,
on the
but
spot.
what? So what's the difference? Is it like a
So-
machine? Is it
So
chemicals?
the blue light, right? And
Okay.
then so you go from 4 to 15 shades in that one treatment where you could take a week at home and you have to constantly do it over every
Right.
night, and then you come back in 6 months. Like it
And
just
you wake up and your tongue's white.
Yeah.
Oh,
all
Like, that yes.
stuff is
sensitivity
weird.
huge.
Oh,
So
sensitivity
our
is huge.
95% of our clients report 0 to no sensitivity.
Yeah, you can
And-
wake up in the morning with that other
Yeah,
stuff.
and when you're
your teeth
using
hurt.
little
strips
does-
or your trays from your dentist, you're gonna light up.
because that's a lot of chemicals where this is natural.
Yeah,
so
you
that
drink
helps.
water in the morning. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
And there is definitely 5% who are like, all right, I felt that, but they're also like, I went 14 shades whiter so I can buck up for 12 hours because my teeth
For
are
sure.
a little
And that's
bit
it.
sensitive.
It lasts very minimal time versus like.
Can
a
you
few days.
control how much wider you go?
No, it's all
No.
genetics.
Okay.
I mean, we'd
Interesting.
love to like be like, you're gonna go 20, you're gonna go 5, but it's just like,
Like I
what
can't
is?
like put like a bunch of extra stuff on and hope that it
No.
gets wider.
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's all genetics.
It's all genetics of, and so like, and it's funny too because you could be like an S10, we're getting, and you could be like an S5, but you both look the same brightness because your skin tone, your body, like all the things, but they do. We've had like some go to 20 shades in one time, but it's just because their body,
Yeah.
like that's just what they do.
And this is kind of how we explain it. Like if you were to take a white t-shirt, roll it in the mud and throw it in the wash, like what you eat, like if you drink coffee or soda, that's going to stain your teeth. So you're staining the shirt, right?
Right.
Then you wash it, it goes back to its original brightness white. Well, if you take a cream shirt and you stain it, you put the cream shirt, it's still a cream shirt. Like your
Right.
teeth will never be pearly white if those are your genetics.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And it's just one visit. Like,
Yeah.
or does this take multiple?
Well,
No.
so you come for your initial glow job, which is 80 minutes. You get that glowy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's long.
That's long, right? And then we recommend coming in for a touch-up in 6 months.
Okay.
So it's like long term, but if you're drinking a lot of coffee, you chew tobacco, you drink soda, it's safe to do once a month. So we have people who are like, they'll get it done and 3 months later they want to touch up, or they get it done and then a couple
Is the
months later.
touch up as long?
No, half the price, half the time.
Yeah. And we just got our website all up and running, and a new website looks awesome, but we're starting memberships where you can come once a month and it's just 20 minutes once a month. And so we're like,
Oh, so
like,
we're going like
maintain that.
subscription
Yes.
service.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have a new subscription
Smart.
service, and we have a whole bunch of new systems in place to help take us national.
Are you worried about like people not getting in because of subscriptions, like fully booking yourselves out?
It'll probably there'll be growing pains for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
Like right now we have 4 chairs in every location, which that's another thing that sets us
Even the
apart.
truck? Even
No,
the
the
trailer?
trailer-
The trailer has
Six.
6.
Whoa.
Yeah. So actually, we're the only whitening company that has 4 chairs. Everyone else is either 1 or max 2 chairs. So we have 4, which means you can come with couples, you can come with girlfriends. And then our trailer, that has been such a hit because we can do 6 people at a time. So we can do bridesmaids group, bachelorette
Like a
parties.
party thing.
Like
Yeah.
right
So we
before
went to
prom.
we
all
went
these
to a
fun
neighborhood
things.
party and we saw 30
people in a night.
30 people in one night because we were just racking them out. Yeah. So
Wild.
yeah. And we just parked it in their neighborhood and they all scheduled their appointments and we just came in and they hung out and just when it was their
Be
turn.
funny you see them at food truck roundups.
No, it looks
teeth
like a
whitening?
food truck. It
It
looks like a
does.
food truck.
Have you seen it? We need to show
I
you.
haven't seen
You're
it.
gonna
I want to
tweet.
see
Go
it.
look on our Instagram. It's decked out inside neon. It's got like posters from the
Really?
80s.
You're
Yeah.
gonna like it.
It's way fun.
Yeah.
So everyone's going to think that I'm just overplaying this. But I want to hear
we
the
did
story of making, like,
A glow
who
job?
thought of Glow Job and what
was funny-
conversation ensued after on, like, or was it just like, yes?
No,
perfect.
I think it was me, and I'm so inappropriate that I'm just like, glow job. And
Right.
I think Johnny and my mom was like, I can't. I'm like, no, like glow job. Like no one will forget that.
Right.
Like, and if you're offended, you are not our people. Like you should not get your teeth whitened. if that's like offensive
Go
to
to
you.
another one.
Like go somewhere else. Like, and it has been the biggest stick. Everyone remembers
sure.
it.
And
I
Everyone's
just
like,
think
I
of
got
like
my
a
glow
Christmas
job.
gift card. Like,
Oh, it says give the
Merry
gift of a
Christmas.
blowjob.
Right. Like you could have
And
a lot of fun
every
with that.
time like Valentine's comes around, we're like,
That's
give
the
the
best.
gift of a glow job. Those things sell. Yeah. It's fun.
And it really had. We trademarked it. We like paid it out, and it has been our
We
best.
trademarked that backward and forward like 47 times so no one could ever use that
That
word.
is hilarious. So what was your initial reaction, Caybree?
I think we just laughed about it.
Yeah.
Well, we were, I think, at my house, and my mom was there, and she was dying
She
laughing.
thought it was so funny. And we're like, we got to rise out of it.
Yes, and so
We're like, we
blowjobs.
should do
Then I
that
called my
again.
husband, and then Prolic guys, they were all dying.
They're glow job. That's hilarious. So as we started telling more people, and we're like, is
All
that
the dudes at the barbecue restaurant.
yeah. And we kept being like, are we okay to do that? Like, we love it, but like, are we going to get in trouble? And we're like,
Yeah, because you're in Utah. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's,
well, we did get banned from Water Gardens. You know Water Gardens?
we
we
did
did
get
a movie ad there, and so we did our little video, and it said glow jobs. And they're like, we're so sorry, we had to
the little
bleep that out.
Pleasant Grove
yeah.
Theater.
We sent it in, and it's like, hi, we're Robyn and Caybree, home of the glow job. And they sent us back, like, we have to cut that out. It cannot say glow job. So now it's like, hi, we're Robyn and Caybree. We do this whitening. They cut it out.
Put it on the PG-13 and higher movie.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's like, sorry, during Frozen, your ad came on.
So at first we were like a little hesitant, like, can we really say that? But then we're like, balls to the walls, glow job, and it's everywhere. We've had a billboard. Yeah, we've had.
Kind of brilliant.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, we agree.
I think Rob, like, I was talking to her about teeth whitening, and like with that, and then Rob, of course, using her creativity, like we made it so it wasn't dental, we made it so it was fun, and so it was like just this good mixture of both worlds meshed together.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, I think that's why it was like a success.
Yeah, it kind of fits that whole, like, it's not a dental service.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what
Fun.
I mean?
The
Like, it's a fun
energy's
thing.
good. Bright colors. Happy people. Like
So do you hire like dental assistants?
we only hire dental assistants, which is also we're the only people in Utah that only hire.
Do you
dental
also only hire attractive dental assistants like the dentists?
I
mean, all the girls are
sure.
cute.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
You're just perpetuating
Well,
it.
what's kind of nice though is Caybree. Her students are our feeders to our second business.
yeah.
And
So
a
when
lot
her
of,
students,
holy crap.
Yeah, so when her students are done with dental assisting school, we're like, want to come work for us?
yeah.
You know, so it's like perfect.
So
Oh my
because like
gosh.
Like
shortage of
100% job placement.
Right. And that's what'll give us the extra edge too, is because it's like all these other teeth whitening company might have a hard time finding dental assistants. We're like, we got a straight shot.
yeah.
You
And
know?
like
No
the
way.
shortage everywhere. You see everywhere's hiring right? And we're
Right.
like, we've never had that issue
Like
because
Caybree's pumping out dental assistants. So it's like they
just line them up.
yeah,
line 'em
so
up.
it's perfect. And that is actually a huge other thing is that there's not another company who hires only dental assistants. And we play off that. Like it's right on our website. The only company that hires only dental assistants. Because people will say, it's not a big deal, you're whitening teeth. No, like
It is a
that's
big
your
deal.
enamel. Like don't have anyone just do that unless they have been a dental assistant or they know what they're doing.
And
So
like,
why though?
and
It's
for
bleach.
for us, right?
Well, I know, but like
For me, like when
I want to push back. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it a couple different places.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think like when would that help? Like when would you do something different?
Right. So for me, like, because I'm over operations, right? When I'm training them to perform it on to the clients, the training is so much easier in the sense that I just say what to do and they're like, oh yeah. And if there's clients that have like questions, I know 100% they know how to answer it. And I know they know how to like handle like, oh, I have the crown on this tooth. What do I do? Oh, I have this. What do I do? And it's like, oh, they know what to
Like you
they
have to
just know
handle
knowledge.
clients different if they have bridges or crowns or implants.
Yes.
And like also
Handle
you
them
can,
differently, meaning like how you actually do the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't want it on their crown. Sometimes they do. So they have a ton of questions. But also like we've only had it happen once or twice, but like you can burn the mouth to the point where there's blisters.
Yeah. And I don't think, I mean, I'm sure they get trained. Obviously, they have to get
Yeah,
trained
I'm
to
sure they
apply
get
it.
trained.
But you've just been in the field to know
It's
what
different
it's
for sure.
different. It's
And
just-
they can,
yes.
it's also, we have a lot less problems because our dental assistants know the anatomy of the tooth. So before they even make a problem, they're like, hey, we see like maybe a cavity on this tooth. Like they can see
yeah.
things before they're just like slapping it on and then we have a problem.
Got it.
You know?
Okay, that
and
makes
it's
sense.
kind
Yeah.
of like insurance for us, right?
Yeah,
we
it
don't
is.
have to worry about
You know,
lost
less
like that.
They have a
Liability.
way higher education than just some 18-year-old,
Sure.
you know?
It's worked out. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And it works.
Well, that's the
I've,
thing.
I've had it done before.
Yay!
I've had a glow job.
That's right. Did you love it?
Really?
Yeah.
How
long
was your
has it been?
experience?
It was good. It was at Robyn's house.
Oh, so
yeah,
when
you
we
were still
first
there on the
started.
OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should come see our locations now and trailer. Did you pull it up?
I think
Oh
it's
my
actually
God.
like it was I think it was like the day before I filmed my course. That's why
right,
I did
you
it.
came in. Did your teeth? Because I remember you had told me that you had a really hard time getting your teeth whitened from other places.
Oh,
Like they didn't
right.
go as white. How was
So
your...
they go white, but then they don't. They fade so
so
fast.
Your membership, man. Come to our membership program. You'll be good.
So
Was your glow job comfortable?
yeah.
Did you get the results you wanted?
That's the other thing. But he was in Lehigh. I don't think we had our massage chairs then.
No, we did. Did you have a massage chair?
Was it a gray chair or a black chair?
We had our massage chairs.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because we only did that for like a week. We had
Yeah.
We were you guys, we ordered all our stuff and they didn't come in because we had a full client like the next Friday. So we had to rent some chairs.
Go and rent someone's chairs from their living room.
Right.
That's how
Really?
fast this. Yeah. So we got all of our dental equipment and then we're like, and our chairs were back ordered because we're like, what? We can't get chairs here in 6 days to start our business. And so we literally had to call a furniture company.
Yes.
And we were like, we'll pay anything for reclining chairs. And they're like, we don't have any. And the lady's like, I have these
personal
reclining
one.
chairs in my living room. I was like, I'll pay you any dollar amount just so we can have those till our chairs come. So we used some random lady. I don't even know who she is, her furniture until it came. That's how fast it started. Right. And that's also kind of like goes to show our personalities. Like nothing will stop us.
We'll pivot.
Yeah.
We'll pivot. Yes.
Even our husbands.
Even our husbands. Well, they're not even a factor.
No, we didn't even consider them when we had
not
the
a
idea.
factor, yeah.
And actually, they're so proud of us.
They are.
Like at least Johnny's like, dude, like, he's like, I just never can say no to Robyn because whatever she does,
It'll work.
it works.
Well, if you're into it, you know
Yeah.
it's going to work, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that's our other thing. We won't fail. Like we just know, like people are like scared of the risk, and even bumps in the roads, right? There's bumps in the
Definitely
road.
had bumps in the road.
And
but
we're just like, it's fine.
it's a bump
fine.
in the road. It's
Yeah.
a roadblock.
Yeah.
Just get over it.
We call those happy accidents.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that Bob Ross? Isn't that what he said?
Happy.
We don't make mistakes. We make happy accidents.
That should be our new. Let's trademark that.
It's like on our
I think
wall
it's
next time.
trademarked.
Oh, it's our
But you never
trademark.
know.
Dang
He
it.
is
You
dead
never
now.
know.
Maybe you
Yeah.
could buy it.
Right.
But so did you, when you guys started this at Baja Fresh or wherever you guys were eating?
Pizza Factory.
Pizza Factory.
Baja
Really? Pizza Factory?
Fresh.
Okay, so did you factor in PDA to the deal? Like
No.
did you think like we have our own feeder system of
mean,
employees, or
we
was
didn't.
that
I don't
just
think
this
we
like
even thought about it.
fortuitous thing that ended up happening?
Well, that was the other thing. We worked it, right? We were the ones applying the gel
Right.
for months.
We were the employees.
Yeah.
Right,
The
right.
first 6 months.
So
you were doing the glow job.
We were doing the glow jobs.
We were
and we wanted to make sure we had the systems right. We had. He's like, I can't.
We are
do
glow
it.
jobs. We are good glow job first. Yeah. We were giving the glow jobs.
We were.
That's what you're gonna say. That's right.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
No, you're not, because get your head out of the gutter, people. It's a glow job.
Seriously, you guys.
Right.
So we were doing it for, I don't know, 6 months, 4 months. And we just want to make sure we knew how to run the systems, how we wanted to
Right.
train people. Everything was working smoothly. And then once we were ready to hire out, I was like, hi.
We're like, whoa, we have a whole bunch. We
we
didn't
have a-
actually think of that. At
Yeah,
first.
we didn't. There's a lot
What
of things we didn't
cool,
think.
lucky thing. Like, I mean, isn't that funny though? Like, what's the saying? What's the quote about luck that you always give? Like,
When operation meets preparation, opportunity meets preparation.
Oh, yeah.
that one,
Then
See?
you get a glow job.
right?
Another funny story. We got sued by one of the biggest teeth whitening companies in America.
You got
Within
sued?
They were trying.
They're trying to, and actually it was really scary. And they even had all this proof that they shut down like a whole bunch of other teeth whitening companies. And they're like, on this day, Glow versus Glowy, we shut them down, and they had to pay all these fines, and it was scary. And me and Caybree were like, bring it. We're like, we're not scared of you. So we sent an email back. We got hired a lawyer, and we're like, we're not scared of you. Come after us.
And
we're not
There's a
doing-
bunch of dickheads
yeah,
in the world.
I know. There is.
I'm like,
and I was
Brett and I
like,
were
the
talking
fact
about
that
this
you
before.
found
That's
us.
like you hit a little chord right now because
know.
I just
Oh.
heard a story about a company just totally like trying to destroy another one
Oh, I hate
and
that.
just lying to do it.
Oh.
And I have proof that they're lying to do
Oh
it.
my
So I wanted to get involved,
Right.
but
And you're like,
it's
why?
crazy. Like
Yeah.
people just want to create monopolies for themselves.
They do. And it was so funny because we were kind of flattered. We're like, they're from New York or something. And we're like, the fact that they found us tiny little we were still in our basement at that time. I'm like, they're scared of us.
Well,
I'm
what
like,
was
they
the
should be
guest that
scared
got
of
sued
us.
by Apple?
Oh, that was Prepare.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
how
They
many
fought that.
lawsuits did they
Natalie.
does Apple
Natalie.
file a day? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
they have
Oh,
a whole
my.
department that
They
just
have
looks
women.
for.
They ended up winning. But it was
Right, which is
hundreds of
awesome. But
thousands of
how
dollars.
crazy is it they have just a whole crew that
Yeah.
all they do is just send out lawsuits?
And I think that's how
every
that
day?
guy was. Like
Yeah,
that's his only job.
he literally had proof that was like, we have shut down 10 other companies just like you. Don't even fight us. We'll like settle at this. And we replied back. We literally were like, bring it. We're not scared of you.
And they haven't.
I was going to say, if you're sending out scare tactics like that, it's like,
Yeah.
I think I would be less inclined to be worried about it. But most people would probably freak out.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why do you have to come out like,
Well, and the reason they were trying to sue us is because our name is Let's Glow and theirs was GLO, just glow.
Glow.
Just glow. And we're like, let's glow and glow. I'm like,
You spell it
glow is a universal word. Like there's 1,000 other companies
can you
that have
trademark
glow in it. We
glow?
Yeah, we trademarked
I don't think we-
everything.
I don't think
No,
we-
you can't trademark glow.
Okay.
But we did. We roll up your glow up, glow jobs, let's glow.
We trademarked a whole
Yeah.
bunch of things just
Yeah.
so no one can ever come after us. But I was like, let's glow and glow aren't even the same.
But he was
People are-
trying to make
Yeah,
it
that's
that way.
weird.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the Swig So Delicious thing, like the dirty
shoot.
drinks.
That's so hard.
Oh, right.
But it's so weird. Like,
Hard.
just there's room.
There's room for everybody.
There
I'm like,
is.
everybody has smiles, bro. Like, hit up New York. Leave us alone.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they're New Yorkers. They're just angry people.
New Yorkers, whatever.
New Yorkers on the ski slopes. Ugh.
Ugh, the worst.
Don't get me started. Well, that's cool. So you've been sued.
We've
Well,
already been through that.
it.
Yep, through
Almost.
that. Almost
You've
it.
been through all sorts. And how long has this been open?
A year and
It was a year from November, so just a little bit over a year.
and 2
Yeah.
months.
And you let a man in.
We let a man in.
I think that's awesome.
We're really
know.
excited about it.
Yeah.
Switzerland. He's Switzerland.
He's Switzerland. Yep. And he's got
think that's
experience
smart.
He
in
has to
different
be Switzerland.
places. Yeah, he has to be Switzerland.
He does, but he also
That'd be a
definitely.
scary position to be in between these two.
And actually, I feel bad for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of like, and they're very different.
There was two different opinions, and they're both looking at you like, "What do you think?"
Oh, it's happened many times.
I'd be like,
who you gonna choose?
"And
Who you gonna choose?
hello."
I'll just email you my answer.
Yeah.
No, there have been times where he had to be the
Yeah.
final decision. We're both like,
Okay.
her side or mine?
Oh my
Who you
gosh.
choosing?
Yikes.
But it's also that's where like another thing with friendship and business. I feel like the first year we're like trying to navigate because at first we were just all business and we're like, wait, what happened to our friendship? Like what
Yeah,
happened
we
to
did
our
have
friends?
Yeah, there was
That's
a time
hard.
where about 6 months where we were like, we feel like we've grown apart. Like
Yeah.
we're not friends anymore.
Even though we
do,
talk all-
we
yeah.
do is just business. And we're like, we were hanging out every single day as best friends, and now we hang out every single day and we don't ever talk about life.
Right.
It's just business.
I think that's impressive that you guys realized that only after 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were some awkward times and some hard conversations, and we had to kind of be like, we have to make time for our friendship or this will just swallow us.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
Well,
figured it out.
and you know, the other dynamic that I think would be interesting is you're both successful entrepreneurs already.
Right.
So it is hard. Like I always think of like, what if this were for some reason like to go away, bam bams, right?
Oh, sure.
And I just had to go like apply somewhere. I don't know that I could be like
Right.
a good employee.
Right. 'cause
It would
that'll
be
the
I would
rough.
just like try to dominate and fix everything, and
Right.
that'd be really hard. So bringing friendship into that and bringing two like
Yes.
successful
Yeah.
female
And, like,
entrepreneurs,
yeah.
and you're both very different.
That's the other thing. I'm like, we run our businesses.
Yeah.
Because when
differently.
she shows up late to meetings and forgets to write stuff down, like that drives you crazy.
100%.
Right?
I'm always 10 minutes late and she's always 10 minutes early.
And she's just like, "Will you chill the hell out? Like life is too short. You're
Yeah.
gonna die of
Uh-huh.
stress."
And I'm a risk taker. I'm like,
Oh, this
shut
is
up. We're doing 90
fascinating.
locations this year. She's like, 20. We're only doing 20.
Yeah,
Like, let's
there
go,
you go.
25. Like, it's actually a really good dynamic.
Well,
but
it
we have
is if
had
you know how to control it.
Yeah,
right?
there have been times where things have gotten hot, but we always go back to friendship. We're like,
Yeah.
this cannot tear us apart. Like,
Caybree, I
I'm
have a book for you.
sorry.
Please.
It's called ADHD 2.0.
Is it
You
really?
need to read it.
Okay. I'd love to read.
Or you could read
That's what he's saying.
what's my favorite marriage book ever. It's ADHD. Oh, I'll look it up. But it's about it's a marriage
Yeah.
thing. But it would probably
Kind of is a
compute.
marriage.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly,
We're
we both,
sister wives
and
all
we
day
both
long.
own our own businesses and we run them totally differently. So when
Right.
I want to grow, I'm like, hey, we're gonna put down this money, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, whoa, 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 we're gonna do this way. It's so much compromise, and we're really doing good at it. But we've had moments where I'm like,
But that middle ground is probably the right
Right.
spot.
Right. It is.
Right?
And that's
like
what I've
you
come to
might grow a
terms with.
little too slow.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And
You might
she go
go a little too
Go
fast.
into debt and have to like
Right.
gamble
That's
away
the other thing.
last of the money to pay the bills.
Right.
Like the American
Yes.
Express
right,
guy.
yep.
It's literally that. And it's like, for me, I'm like, okay, let's get funds in and we'll fund ourselves, no debt, right? I've been in debt, like, and she's like, great, but we can, and we've compromised, like, okay, let's put
Yeah,
this money
we push
in.
each other out of the comfort
Yes.
zone. Like, I'm like, no, you're gonna have to come up a little bit and take a little more risk, and I'm gonna have to chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
It's worked
fascinating.
good.
You know what? And we've made it work.
You are. You're making it work. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it offers you, I mean, you just kind of cover the whole spectrum, right? Of from risk to no risk.
Totally.
Your friends, but there are definitely a lot of things that could go wrong.
Oh yeah, we're aware of that.
Like as far as
we
that,
could in about a year
but if
from
you
now
know how to make it
absolutely
work,
hate each other.
Like, remember Nitty Gritty podcast how we were loving each other?
Yeah.
Last time we ever talked.
That was the turning point.
I will
It was
not come
just
in with that. hooker.
downhill from there.
If you want to talk to Caybree without me,
Yeah.
we're not doing this together.
I think you guys have been through enough that you know it'll
We
probably
have.
work.
We've been through
You
it
guys
all.
probably figured out your program and
Yeah, we really
how to
have.
bring ideas. So
I
when
can
you
tell
have an
when she's
idea,
being a
Robyn, what do you
bitch.
do?
She can tell when I.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
all right, not a good time to ask about the money.
Yeah.
We'll wait till a week from now, and Caybree knows when I'm starting to get mad.
Yeah,
we
well,
figure
we're
it
gonna
out.
pull it for
Oh,
a
my
second.
gosh.
We're literally like sisters. Actually, sister wives.
Sister wives for
Yeah,
sure.
we
You
know
guys
each other
pitched
better.
a reality show yet?
We
Oh,
should.
If you heard,
Heard? Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
What was the word?
Sats.
I don't remember.
oh shoot,
Satis-
What was the
Rewrite
word,
that.
Brent?
Satisfaction.
Brent's got us.
If you've heard our childhood stories, we could have made it big time off of
Oh,
just
we would have
our
been
memories.
a reality TV.
We'd Peter Pan's a lot from laughing. So I had a Forerunner that had
I've almost killed her 30 times.
I had
literally.
chair seat like chair covers. We peed in them like 3 times from laughing so hard. So we thought the idea to go through a car
Car wash with our windows, doors, sunroof open.
and we just there's
Some
lots
of the things we've done are pretty fun. Yeah.
You guys might need to hire a videographer just to follow you around, like
we should. Yes.
Gary, what's
Gary
this?
V style.
Yeah, Gary V style,
us-
because you
give
would
us a
have
number.
some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
Right.
it's funny because we are so freaking dead serious when it comes to our business, but in real life, we are just crazy.
And you figured out how to keep that
yeah.
Yes.
separated.
But and that's where I think our friendship was like struck because we were so business and we're like, wait, this is
Where's
us.
the fun?
Yeah.
Like, we used to have so much fun, and now we're just doing business, so we're back to
So now we like figured out how to do it.
Is it hard to rein her in during a serious meeting sometimes?
Yes and no. There's
no, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, you go off the rails just as fast as me.
Yeah. No, there's times.
You were trying so hard.
He's trying to put a wedge between us, Caybree. Don't allow
So
it.
this
No,
right
yeah.
here is my marriage. Like this is the personality difference. Totally.
No,
Like-
so she'll start it and then I'll feed off of it.
Right.
Yeah,
then-
I'm always a starter. Like
Yeah.
in the middle of a dead serious meeting, I'll like go and hit my partner's chair and it like drops him down, and then we all start laughing, and then he's always like, "Let's get back," and we're like, "We're just having so much fun." Like, yeah, you do feed into it though.
I feed for sure.
Yeah.
She'll start. And
I'm an
Then you get to the
instigator.
edge of the cliff, you're like, whoa,
No, she never gets there.
No,
whoa.
Yeah.
when it comes to fun, we're the same with fun. Like but then when it comes to business meetings,
No, it's just we are on the same page until it's money.
yeah,
Then
Till
it's like
it's money?
Yeah, then I'm like, let's sit down right now.
that would
She
be
holds strong on money and I hold strong on
So
money.
it's a
yeah.
so really risk is the spot
Risk is where the
where
spot.
That would be
It's
100%
absolutely-
true.
Everything else we almost agree on verbatim.
Yeah.
But when it's risk, we start getting a little like
it's pretty
That's where we
fascinating
compromise.
actually.
Yeah,
You guys need to post more about that. Like
we probably
good.
I think that's
I
a
would
really
say, like,
cool thing. Like because
Yeah.
you do bring such different energy to the business.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you're best friends makes it even more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people would be fascinated to hear like
how we've
not just wins, but like days where you guys
yeah.
Oh, there's been a lot of those.
like bicker and where you feel like you have to slow her down and
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times we have to like talk each other off the cliff.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like
yeah. Beat
I'll
each
have a
other's therapy
moment, or like
yeah.
she'll have a moment where, and I'm like, no, like we got this, we can
Yes.
do this, like
Yes.
get her back in the game, and then I fall off. I'm like, what's happening? And she's like, no, we're doing this. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
It is
See,
true.
I think one of my favorite things of the podcast is just talking to, like, I want women at home to be able to feel like if I have an idea, I can just do it, right? Mm-hmm. And so when you guys talk to each other, it does just feel like two girlfriends just talking back and forth. But
oh yeah,
you guys are like these baller, like entrepreneur CEO women,
Yeah.
right? And moms, and probably doing most of the housework.
Absolutely.
Husbands, ugh, can you believe it?
they
Don't
just
get me
So.
You
but-
can literally
but-
see my text message from yesterday from my husband or to my
She's
husband.
like, you are literally a pile of shit. How about you do just kidding, no,
Do a
no.
dish, you
Absolutely
douche.
not.
No.
Do the dishes.
But
No.
but that's the thing is, I think that your interactions will feel just like normal conversations, right?
Right.
And it's like if that can be owning a business,
Yeah.
if I can just do my thing and turn it into owning a business, whatever that may be,
Oh, yeah. It's so
like
cool.
that is inspiring,
Yeah.
right? Because
We are no
that's
different than the average
well,
Utah
and
woman.
but that's what moms
know?
need to hear,
Yeah.
especially because I think that being a mom, it's the hardest job in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't mean like, hey, like we talked about this last week, like having all these female entrepreneurs in here. Like one thing I got worried about is like, hey, moms that don't want to work,
Right.
like
Yeah.
that's okay. Like that's what you want to do.
Right.
Still, that's the hardest CEO job in the world, right?
100%.
But for those of you that do want one, like there's not as much to it as you think. And you already know how to do it just by being a mom.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, like we don't have college degrees. We didn't come from wealthy families. We didn't we literally just had an idea and we just did it.
Yeah.
See, and that's the trick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just doing it.
I think
most people that want to work for themselves, that's the scariest part of the entire thing is just
think of like Betsy and Angie. It was on a walk that Betsy
they went on their
created.
evening walks, right?
Like it was a walk around their block, and that's where.
And now they own the block.
Right. Now they own the actual
Correct.
block. Yeah. Exactly.
And a block in Nashville.
Yeah.
And a block in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And, no, but it's
so cool.
it's true. Most of these, Jess Toulson.
Yeah.
I mean, went from just a little cute side gig to millionaire a month, like
right.
doing over $1 million a month in a year and a half. So it's like, if you have an idea, do it.
For it.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't take.
And it doesn't need to be
As
huge,
much as
like
people
right?
think.
Like your first step doesn't have to be 20 locations.
It
Right.
doesn't.
Your first step can be
Well,
one chair
if
in my
it was
basement.
Robyn, it would be.
Yeah. Well, no, our first step was in the basement.
It was,
you know?
yeah.
And
that was because it was like the demand of it. Like, oh, our trailer's not ready. They're like, but we want to come in now. So we're like, okay, let's pivot. Let's just do it in the basement.
Let's
and
rent an old lady's chair.
let's
It's
rent a
for a
chair.
week.
For
it
real.
really was.
But that is the classic entrepreneur story is like you solve problems, but what do moms do?
yes.
Moms
They
are
solve it all
Every
day.
single day.
like moms
A
don't
kid
even
crapped
know
in
they are the
McDonald's in 10
ultimate-
minutes it's dealt with
Yeah.
somehow, right? Duct tape, a little trash bag. We're good to go.
100%. Motherhood is the ultimate entrepreneurship program. Women don't already know that like they are doing it.
Yes.
Right.
All they would have to do is just channel it into a different place and they would be successful.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
100% true.
I love that. And I think that's out of the podcast, that's probably my favorite thing, especially with all the female guests, is that's what you want to do, right? Inspire somebody to do something different
Yeah.
if they want to do that.
Right.
But it's funny, my wife has had ideas forever. And it's like she's had some good car seat idea. Like if there's something about being a mom that you know you can do better, do it. Look at Susan Peterson.
Yeah. Fresh
Right?
picked, man.
I mean, same exact thing. Like these shoes are stupid. I can do better ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to go recycle some windows and sew them myself.
Yeah.
Right. And that's it.
Right?
It's awesome.
Amazing.
Well, and with like teeth whitening, it's been around for how long? So I think some people get nervous. It's like, it's already been done. It's already saturated.
someone else is already doing it.
Someone's
better
already
than
doing
me.
it. And it's like,
There's room
cool,
for everybody.
But you,
Just do it different.
you
You're
are
delivering
you,
it differently.
Right. And you're doing it how and that's what makes you different than all the other businesses. And that's how it like starts, I think, for
Right.
anything. And so just having
Just have
the
to
confidence.
sexualize it a little
Yeah.
bit and then you can just
Good to go.
Just change your name to Glowjob. You're fine.
PDA and glow job.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll never forget it.
Oh, what
Never.
a team. You won't forget it, I promise. And we actually have apparel. Like,
Oh,
Are you
it's coming out.
serious?
say like glow job.
Home of the glow job.
Home of the glow job. I love glow jobs.
Make
We
me a
have
4X
hats.
tall and I'll wear it.
Okay, yeah,
We're send them, yes.
It was literally going to be to my house in 2 days, but we'll bring you some back.
Yes.
I would love
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you're going to wear it. We're
What
going
a
to see you
great
next
story.
time and you're chilling
I'll wear
in
it
your
on the
chair.
podcast.
Yeah, you will.
Yep. I got to blow. I almost said it.
Glow.
How many people have done that?
Oh, lots.
Rob, well.
Okay.
And a lot of people will message me. A ton of people will get message on DMs. They're like, oh my gosh, I thought that said blowjob. We're like, oh, you did that? Weird. I didn't
Weird.
ever think that would have correlation.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
I know.
It's
Okay, so how many locations? What's the goal? All right, how
Trying
many
to-
do you want? How many do you want?
Yeah, you go first, Cabe.
Like I just want to track
actually-
this, like starting right,
Right
now,
here.
like a year
Yeah.
out, like where you guys are.
In 12 months from now, I would like 20 locations.
And I actually agreed to that. I'm like, let's do 20.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that means that's not what you think then.
You think we're going to do more?
No,
No,
you think
you
you
think
should do
more.
more?
I think we should do more.
Yeah, I know. So what's that number?
30.
Pretend she's not here.
Okay. Okay.
Caybree, look away.
I would say 30.
You
35.
think you could have 30 open in the
So
next
really,
year.
Uh-huh.
in her mind, she has 50 locations already. in her head.
See, he's
like, I
been
have
working with
this
an
stuff.
ADHD
Yeah.
guy for a long time now.
Yeah,
We're
that's
family,
true.
so he gets it.
But I'll come back 10 or so. Yeah.
I need this energy with the restaurant. Everyone's like,
Yes,
when are you going to open
Yeah,
another
where's
one?
number 2? Come on, Bam Bams.
But see, my motivation is more like I want to work less.
Oh, sure.
Oh, we're fully building this
that's-
to build ourselves out of the company. Like we're like
Right.
in 1 year we will be in Mexico. Everything will run by itself.
That's what we've been doing right now.
Because see, that's how the restaurant is now. Like I could leave for
Guess
6
how
months.
much time we work on Let's Go
But-
a week.
I could make more money if I opened another one, or I could make
And
less.
but
You never know.
then
But
it's just hard for that stage of life, right? Like we're always like, this is just the stage right now, and then it gets good. And
Right.
so if you're like, okay, this is all it is. We work hard for just these few minutes to get this open. Cool.
And I
Then
think
we're
people
done.
need to understand, like moms at home, like when we first started it, we were doing it and we were full time, but this is how much we work a week. We have a meeting on Wednesdays from 1 to 2:30, and we have a meeting on Fridays for 1 hour. That's the most we do.
And then we do individual stuff, but as a team, that's how much we make.
Yeah, and then like we have our own responsibilities, and like that depends on how much time. But like it's not like this is like
all the PDA graduates are running the rest of it.
yeah, we have
Come on,
employees.
yeah.
and
I
I mean
love
we
it.
still are moms, and we own other businesses, so it's you can achieve your goals with much less
With-
than you think.
The time that you have.
I agree
Yeah.
with that. Like when people ask me how much I opened this restaurant for, I was like, I think it was $45,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it doesn't take. I bought used stuff. I built the tables, did the floor. Like
Right.
you don't need it to be perfect
Yes.
right off the bat,
Right.
right?
Ever.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another thing that's important for people to know.
Yeah.
So
They think they need all these funds.
okay, so PDA.
PDA.
How long does it take to become a dental assistant?
12 weeks.
12 weeks. Because, see, I think it's cool to talk about that. There's
Yes.
probably a lot of people that maybe they listen to this and they haven't thought about.
And that's the other, I get so many people that are like, I tried college, it's not for me, but I want to learn something, get a trade in something. And so this is 12 weeks. And it's not only just 12 weeks, like you come once a week for any class you take. So I have assisting administration and orthodontics. So you have 3 that you can take
wow.
if you want to cross train. And so they still can work, be a mom, do whatever, but still come to school. And then 12 weeks, they get a job in a dental office, which we know
Or
we
a
need.
Let's Glow.
Or Let's Glow.
If
Or
you're good looking enough, let's glow.
Yeah.
the standard.
So,
But yeah, it's so, and I think that too. Like, there's so many trade schools out there that you don't have to have this college degree or millions of dollars. Like, you can make something out of it, and
100%.
still. And I didn't ever think going to PDA when I went that I was going to own it, and it turned into being that. And it's just like you just work hard, and wherever you continue to work hard or put your efforts in, like it just lands you in the places you should be.
Right.
And if you're brave enough to take that risk, I think that's where your reward comes, right?
For
and
sure.
so that's just how it worked
Well,
out.
that's where ideas come from, right?
Yes.
Being out doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a lot of people aren't wired to think like that either, which is okay.
Which is
but-
great too. That's how for me it makes the world go round. Like
We
everyone
can't
thinks
have
different.
everyone thinking that way.
No, and that's true.
Yeah.
But I
Nothing
like
would get done.
Right.
totally. And I think for me, like entrepreneurship, it's I want to help those like few people that are really close to like
The cusp.
taking, just
Yes.
taking or making a jump. And I think the more that they hear that a lot of these entrepreneur stories are just like these basic, like, you know what, I just quit my job and I did it.
Yeah.
And it cost me like 10,000, but like we make it more accessible.
Yep.
And so those few
Well,
people
and it's
that
never been easier with all
True.
the technology and free tools.
Oh my
and
God.
YouTube.
social media,
Gosh,
Like,
yeah. Free advertising.
Like, oh my
social
gosh,
media.
you can start
Yeah.
business with next to nothing.
You
Right.
can. You really
Literally.
can.
well, we're in a place where there's lots of money. Like there's people that want to invest. If you've got an idea, you shouldn't have trouble getting,
Right.
Yep.
startup cash. And so
True.
very inspiring.
Yeah.
You guys are a riot. I'm sure we could talk all day long.
Thanks, guys.
So
No,
we'll
we
see you at episode 250.
That's right. 100
Hopefully
from
you
now.
guys are
At
still just
77
best friends.
We'll be best
locations.
friends for 10
Yeah,
years.
best friends,
Yes.
77 locations.
Yes, that's right.
But we will be checking in a year. I
Thank
wanna
you.
see where you guys
Please.
are at.
Yeah.
Please. Thanks so
Thanks for
much.
coming.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.